Hey everyone, and I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Obviously for me it is nighttime. It is currently 11:04. And weird things have been happening in my house lately, and I'm sure you guys saw the video I posted a while, not too long ago, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago by now, or a week ago, one of the two. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. And I want to say it was because my birthday was yesterday and family members were visiting. But it's really weird on how nothing has happened for a while, and now all of a sudden the paranormal activity in my house starts happening. But it hasn't been scary, creepy, it's just been a little weird. Let's just say that, a little weird. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my channel, and let's get started. Oh, and just to let you know, this will be our last stop on our Massachusetts tour, which is what I decided to call it. Massachusetts' infamous city of Salem is known for its gruesome past, a past filled with religious motivated violence, illicit satanic practices, and dark witch hunts. We have heard the stories of the haunted witch house of Parker's Ledge, which are, without a doubt, incredibly fascinating tales. Salem is a must-see destination for those interested in witchcraft and the occult. What is unknown by many is that Salem is haunted not only by the wicked ghosts of executed witches, but by animals, phantoms, sailors, and ill-shaped shadow figures. The city of Salem is known to numerous lesser-known cursed locations, each one with its own unique spooky history. One of the locations is the Bunghole liquors, as erratic establishment in the heart of Salem, which is home to the spirit of many deceased locals. In the United States, prohibition took effect on January 17, 1920. During this time, the production, importation, and transportation and sale of alcoholic beverages was banned. This ban forced many establishments that had formerly conducted business legally to close down. Others adapted and made the best out of the less than ideal situation. The fact that alcohol was prohibited by many people wanted it even more. Alcohol was now extremely high in demand, and everyone was looking for ways to supply it. Needless to say, people found workaround and booze started to flow into major cities. Soon, hundreds of secret elite bars emerged and flourished during this dry time in history. This new wave of illegal bars allowed folks to drink and socialize. The location of the bars, as well as what was going on inside, was kept secret. As long as the local authorities did not discover the operation, the fun would not end. Many of these hush-hush bars were known as speakeasies. These had lavish interiors and required people to provide a soft-spoken password to gain entry. Yet not all of these vice-Arthurian bars were fancy jazz clubs, ballrooms, or dance halls. Many were dining rooms in apartment buildings or the basements of the local legit businesses. Bunghole liquors undoubtedly falls into the latter category of secret bars. Before opening its doors for business as Bunghole Liquors, the building served as a funeral home. Funeral home was located on Derby Street, and of course, housed Salem's recently deceased at the time. The daily operations, however, did not stop the owner from turning the basement into a busy drinking spot. This was the perfect cover-up. Lawful business by day, booze paid out by night. The undertaker's friends, including a few locals, would gather in the basement which functioned as the home's embalming parlor. This was the area where the bodies were stored once they arrived, as well as where they were prepared for viewing. Surprisingly, partygoers would rigorously mine the embalming equipment and the lifeless corpses to enjoy their illegal views. These gatherings undeniably paint a disturbing picture. Pale cadavers, metal spheres, and glass formaldehyde bottles deeply emulated by the room in conditioning life. All the while, men conversed casually and down their liquor. Hanging out amongst the dead was a small price to pay in order to be able to drink during prohibition. Now, it might be unsettling to think that people would unwind while corpses laid a few feet away. We can't deny that the location was unique, to say the least. The basement was such a popular drinkery that one permission was lifted in 1933. The owner turned the funeral home into a bar. It is rumored that the owner's drinking buddies made no resistance, and seeing how popular the spot was during the 1920s, it is no surprise that he listened. The name Bunghole was proposed by one of the owner's family members. Curiously, said the family member was a Polish priest, ordination and all. The name put forward by the priest hinted at the way the liquor was smuggled into the basement during Prohibition era. The location of the funeral home was a perfect forest colony, goods from ships that docked in the nearby Derby, since the funeral home was right across the street from it. Proximity was definitely an adverse, but there was another factor that allowed the liquor to be transported easily: tunnels. In the early 1800s, a series of underground tunnels were built in Salem. According to Christopher Browning, in his book titled Salem Secret Underground, the history of the tunnels in the city were built by Eliza Haskett Derby Jr. as part of the large wealth-driven plan. These tunnels were designed to connect the workshop to different buildings around the city. The undertaker took advantage of these tunnels and used them as passageways to transport loose stone barrels into the basement of his business. By the definition, a bunghole is a hole that made in a barrel to release its contents. Naturally, the name from the bar along to a leak, a hole that allowed the liquor to flow, much like the underground tunnels allowed for the barrels to pass. After permission, the owner got rid of the bodies, obtained the liquor license, and buried the embalming equipment with the basement walls. The bar was open for business not long after. The owner was so quick to convert the funeral home that, according to Darwin, the Bunghole had second liquor license to issued in Salem after the ban was lifted. Finally, Bunghole Liquor could operate legitimately and without restraints. The Bungholes website confirms that if you crept down the stairs and tore down the walls today, you notice the embalming teams. and no doubt some empty flats, which is a little weird. Left behind the ancient Bunghole, the ancestors of Bunghole, who occasionally haunt their own secret hangout. Although Bunghole's basement is believed to have the most paranormal activity due to all the corpses that were once kept there, mysterious incidences are reported by staff and customers throughout the premises. The Bunghole's employees describe strange occurrences on a regular basis, especially when they are working alone at night. In Susan Ville's book titled Hidden History of Salem, the author claims that the majority of those that haunt Salem are cats. Seville mentions that a group of cats wandered the street of Salem, entering through the open doors and windows of different properties. According to several sources, there have been strange ghostly cat sightings all over Salem, from a cat that haunts the Stephen Daniels Inn to a feline-shaped ghost that shows itself into photographs Walter's brain in different areas of the Salem witch house. This explains why one of the Bunghole's employees confessed he felt a cat rub up against him when he was in the bathroom. He said that the lights were off and he felt a furry animal with cat-like movements touch his legs. After asking a co-worker and investigating the area, it turns out that there were no animals in there after all. According to traditional folklore, witches have been known to always having cats around, in particular black cats. These cats were commonly known as witches' familiars. Familiars are believed to be low-ranking demons that were gifted to a witch by the devil. Sometimes a witch of animals. Common species of familiar were frogs and insects, but cats seem to have a witch's preferred companion. It is widely believed that the familiars were to feed on witches' blood by sucking their blood from their fingers or sucking their warts, witches' warts. Ironically, a city that is known for its grisly witch trials and evil hauntings is primarily haunted by the ghosts of furry familiars that were stood by the witch's side. This could be due to the belief that these animals were consistently demons, dark energies that continue to walk the earth even after employees have also been said to use strange women go into the car and disappear. One particular account describes how one of the employees accidentally bumped into her. At 7 p.m., he realized there is no talk to you tomorrow. We'll speak to you later. Until next time, sleep tight.